seats are really tidy.
The seats are nice. The the 10s for the Evo 10, they made them slightly bigger.
Okay.
So if you go back to the sort of Evo 9 and below, the seats are slightly thinner. Okay. Which for a man of my stature, these are quite nice.
Neither of us are small.
3 different modes: normal, super sport, and full ASBO mode.
So these are switching the boost control, fueling maps, and the rest of it, yeah?
So in normal mode, it is absolutely fine. It's, you know,
refined, I would say. This feels refined.
Yeah. One thing that freaks a lot of people out, so is if we hold it at 30, it purposely slips the gearbox to warm the oil up. So can you see the revs will go up, will start jumping up and down a bit, and that
is bizarre.
It purposely slipping the slipping the gearbox to warm the fluids up. So what you can get is a pan which goes on the gearbox, which routes coolant through it, so it warms it up.
Right. Okay.
Because even if you let the car warm up, the oil in the the fluid is still cold. Still cold.
Yeah.
And it will still do that.
This is one of the things that people don't realise when they start throwing coolers on their cars.
Yeah.
Is that you're now not getting your oil up to temp.
No, it's fine. And look, you can see now it's stopped doing it. It's up to temp, it stops doing it.
So they've got a centre transfer case.
Yep.
And then individual prop shafts.
Front transfer case.
Front transfer case.
Yeah. And then it's prop shaft to the back.
Okay. That's a long prop, isn't it?
It's a long prop. Yeah.
Jeez. Okay.
With a centre carrier, so it's prop.
Yeah, got you. Yeah.
And you've still got your tarmac, snow, and whatever other options you've got.
Yeah.
If you scroll through them, but you've also got your switch for your twin clutch, where you can go between your party modes and your normal modes.
Okay. Yeah. And that's just all on your display.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is quite advanced, really, compared to a 9 or an 8.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They're really quite retro, aren't they, in terms of their layout, the information on the dash and stuff like that. It's still very much like lights, isn't it?
Yes.
To tell you what mode you're in.
Yeah. It's still it'll still, kick down and still do its thing. Even though
it's still got some beams, and this is normal.
Yeah. It's 1,600 kilograms, something like that.
Okay.
So it's not too heavy, but it's heavy enough, and because it accelerates so hard out of the corners, you can carry such speed. You are really heavy on the brakes, really hard on them.
Did you find it eats brakes quite quick, or pads quite quick?
It's not too bad. What you have to watch for is the amount of heat it puts into the studs, and the wheel nuts come loose.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're putting so much force into the brakes, because you're really thrashing them.
Yeah.
It heats everything up, and then the wheel nuts start to work loose, and you can end up with the nuts falling off.
So you have to check them.
So you have to check your nuts. Yeah.
So why did you pick an Evo 10?
Over the earlier models?
Yeah, over an 8 or a 9. I mean, everyone creams over the 8s, don't they?
So one was the price.
Okay.
Always going to be a factor.
Yeah.
The other is the daily ability of it. I wanted something.
This is a little bit more refined.
It's a bit more refined. I could have it as a daily driver. It's got the SST gearbox. I mean, you can just cruise for days in it. Yeah. And it's not a problem. And the emissions. So it being the 4B11T engine, alley block, it's all emission compliant. So you could drive it into London with ULEZs and that sort of stuff.
When it was raining the other day and you were like, don't come round when it's raining.
Yeah. But the thing is, you can do that, then you just flick the little switch back into normal mode, drop it down to 30, just cruise through the village like you're not the yob that you really are.
They're getting into that sort of almost exotic status. And it's not getting any cheaper. I mean, this is gonna
spent.
Yeah.
Whereas you know as well as I, that's not true.
No, 100,000 they're running.
Yeah.
The modern motor's running at 100k.
Yeah.
If it's been looked after.
Yeah. So
Everything's nice and loose.
Yeah.
In terms of the AYC then, it's not automatic. You select the mode you want.
So yeah, the AYC is all automatic. So it's always sitting there in the background, looking at your angle of the car and making the corrections.
Yeah.
So it's making the corrections for you.
Okay.
It does have a display, so you can switch that. So that actually shows you how it's vectoring the different torque.
Okay.
The thing is, if you are going fast enough for that to be doing it, you definitely don't have your eyes down there.
No. What's it like in terms of like steering and stuff like this with these all-wheel drive cars? Are they? Do they have quite a lot of oversteer?
No, not in the way it's set up. So this with the white line anti-roll bars, you can dial out the oversteer.
Okay.
It's right on the balance. It's really quite neutral.
The downshifting is sick. Love the downshifting. Love that engine braking, man.
Yeah, and it does it all for you. And you do it with one hand.
That is crazy. Absolutely crazy.
But you can see why it's heavy on the brakes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it is doing some work on the downshift. You can feel it when it's engine
Yeah, the
braking.
decel as well. If you accelerate hard and then take your foot off, the decel is amazing. It really sort of pulls you back in.
Yeah, and that gives you a nice sense of control, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because you don't get that sort of runaway feeling.
No.
You're getting a lot of autos.
No, I think that's because it's a DCT, not a slush box.
Yeah, it's not a true auto.
Yeah. So it's actually
It's a manual with an automatic shift scheduling overlay, whatever the hell you want to call that.
Yeah.
I mean, because I messaged you and I was like, what generation Evo have you got? And you didn't answer me, and I was like, I wonder what generation of Evo it is. I've been umming and ahhing about like what gen of car it is for quite a while.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just literally didn't know what you had, and I was guessing it was going to be like an 8 or a 9.
No.
It's this.
It's the 10, which is very different.
This is D1, normal. This
so
is
that's
the sport. So you got normal and sport.
Yeah, unless you put it in full party mode.
In terms of driving this, do you left foot brake?
No.
Left foot brake.
No.
Just go-kart, yeah?
Yeah, it's like a
Go-kart,
giant, really comfy go-kart.